Okay, I've got here the frozen orange juice concentrate can data, and there are 30 subsamples, and for each of these samples 50 cans were picked at random, and then the number of cans with a defect was counted. So in the first sample we had 12 out of 50 cans. Second subsample we had 15 out of 50 cans, etc. And we're going to plot up these data using a P chart or a proportions chart. So in doing this, all we're doing is inspecting. We are counting number of cans. We're not actually measuring anything. So these are what we would call attribute data. Now, to get the control charts, they are listed under your Stat tab. And notice that there is a tab here just for attribute charts, and we're going to have a look at a P chart. Alright, it wants the variables, and in this case it's the number of defects, and we have to indicate how many cans were picked for each subsample, and there were 50. And let's have a look. P chart options. We are not going to omit anything at the moment. We don't know. We're just going to let Minitab do its thing. And this is our chart. Okay, so this is the proportions on each of those 30 subsamples. And the average proportion of defectives is 0.23. So on average, 23% of the cans coming off the line are defective. Note that 2 of our data points are out of control. They're plotting above the upper control limit. And as it turns out with these data, we do find that there is an assignable cause for sample number 15. Can't remember what happened there. And in your notes it talks about sample 23 as being an issue. So this is the original data, and if we were going to use these data for monitoring future production, we would have to remove subsample 15 and 23. So I'm going to shrink this down here for a second. I'm going to come back in here to the last dialog box we had open, and under our P chart options, we are going to omit subsamples 15 and 23. We say OK to that. And now notice that number 1, our control limits are tighter, and the average percent defective has decreased from what it was with samples 15 and 23. We also see that there's an out of control point here at, come on, I'm mousing over, which one is it? Can't tell, it's 20 or 21. It doesn't want to work for me. Come on, it's 21. Subsample 21 is also out of control, but as your notes state, there is no specific assignable cause for this point, so we would keep it. So if this chart is going to be used for future production, our LCL will be set at 0.0407, UCL at 0.3893, with an average proportion of defectives of 0.215.